I'm going to read a few from Scrawny Girl, which is a poetry collection of a woman's journey. First poem is called Just for Today. Today, I am nobody's girl. I am llama, courageous climber. No path is impassable. Spit, spite, spittle, spittoon. Venom spews from goat gums, toothless isolation, sour contempt. Capricorn chokes on his cud. Today, I am nobody's girl. I am cobra, slithering striker. I shed my skin, release his bond. Fall, false, fault, falter. Volcanic eruptions, incessant, illogical yammering. White noise surrounds, absolute static. Today, I'm nobody's girl. I am badger, valiant victor. I defend my individuality. Want, wanton, wanker. Peppermint, spearmint, mint is vicious. His piquant daggers scald. Today, I am nobody's girl. I am spider, wild weaver. I traverse life on silk threads. Apple, apathy, apology. Indigo carrion scavenges. Remorse is a chilled buzzard. There is no smoothing of ruffles. Today, I am nobody's girl. I am bee, querulous queen. I rule the bumbling drone. Well, maybe not just for today. So I chose to do poems about women. I don't write about the earth so much. I write more about the woman's experience. So, yes, that's right. Let's hear it for the women. Let's hear it for the women. Okay. I too am a cancer survivor. 2 years clean in 2 weeks from cervical cancer. So I wrote a couple of poems while I was going through the process of assimilating what that meant in my life. And this is one from before the surgery. Cassandra's last suffering. It sang with the moon, welcomed me to womanhood. Twice it bore fruit, bright, healthy, and ripe. Naturally fading, its prime withered, gifting me with the sweat of a sultry dance on icy nights. I'd hoped to part gracefully, but it had its own agenda. I think it knows my intention. The shadow looms, dangles like a lifeless leaf, waiting for the final wind to set it free. It was ogled, prodded, picked at, and medically raped, yet railed no protest. I thought it resigned. Today it rallied, pressed me to honor it, picketed with red smeared signs. I won't be forgotten. We commune for one last lunar celebration before the knife separates us. And this is my post-surgery poem. I woke up one morning with a poem in my head, and I just sat down and let it pour out, and I don't think I did any editing on it at all. A woman's intuition. There's an internal switch that flips. It makes me always want to be right, especially when gut says so. But there is a button marked humble next to the switch that often gets pressed to make me more palatable. They said it wasn't going to be cancer, but my switch was in the on position. I knew in my core, I don't want to push the humble button this time. I need to know that I was right as a reminder to trust myself. I wonder though, with female organs gone and belly in tatters, did they damage the circuitry of my intuition or remove it altogether, since it is, after all, female? Did they find the motherboard while performing their biopsy and forget to report on it, like they forgot to report on the little dermoid cyst with long brown hair that clung to my ovary? Was that cyst my motherboard, with its tresses curled neatly into a tight chigan? Surgeons said it had no teeth, just hair, so she wouldn't bite in her need to be right. Maybe the ovary contained the humble button, leaving me stuck with my need to be right. Thank you. So, this is National Poetry Month. And one challenge that a lot of poets try to take is writing 30 poems in 30 days. And I am attempting to do such a thing, and I have entered into a chapbook contest where we had to choose a theme for our poems. So I have chosen to write about the tarot. This is one of those poems. High Priestess. Because this time I was born with Neptune in Scorpio, I have access to divine wisdom. I ate the seeds of the ruby fruit, became a pomegranate maiden. Because I burned on a stake, flames licked the witchcraft from my smoldering body. Because I wandered a gypsy, I heard nature spirits, foretold their omens, warded off the evil eye. Because I was an early Christian, a nomad draped in robes, face hidden behind veils, I caravanned on camelback to spread the Messiah's word. Because I was orphaned barefoot, left at a Tibetan monastery by my mother to become a monk, I spun a prayer wheel and rang a meditation bell. Because I was a noble, a medieval warrior, I abandoned my castle after my beloved died in childbirth. Cloistered myself to roam the forest, sustained by roots and berries. Because I was secreted away, a homosexual boy in a temple of high priestesses, I wove garlands of hawthorn and sprinkled Beltane dew. Because I was a soldier too many times before, I know the myriad of surgical scars etched into this body are spiritual remnants of battlefield gashes and prior mortal wounds. Because I listen to the voice of the wind. I know when to speak and when to keep silent. In my dreams, I fly with owl, swim with salmon, and receive their unspoken messages.